You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, every year, millions of Nigerians relocate to other countries in search of greener pastures.
Now, while they have been advised to change their mindset about relocating to other countries, many still troop out in droves, even in the harshest of conditions.
The quest to seek greener pastures abroad by Nigerian youths is on the increase. According to the Pew Research Center, over 74% of Nigeria would relocate to another country if given the chance. Also, a 2018 report by the British Council in Lagos says Nigerian-born students dominate the list of foreign students in the United Kingdom. The unfavorable immigration policies introduced by the United States President Donald Trump has now pushed Nigeria to shift attention to Canada and other countries, which have thrown their doors open to skilled immigrants. Nigerian youths blame this increased desire to migrate on the government and unstable economy.
The economy is stable over there, not like in Nigeria where everything is not working. But over there, everything is working. When if you are working, if you can work hard, you are going to get the value of what you are doing.
Any average smart Nigerian youth will surely be planning that. The environment is not enabling. We need a system that works.
If there is a better opportunity outside, maybe in places like US, Australia, Netherlands, name it. If it's cool over there, it's better. The working conditions, the electricity, the roads, jobs. If it's better over there, of course I'm going to leave Nigeria.
Many Nigerians travel abroad through legal means. The majority of immigrants do so through treacherous routes across the Sahara Desert and Mediterranean Sea to try to reach Europe and later America. Unfortunately, most of them don't make it. The Nigerian Immigration Service, in a report released in 2018, said no fewer than 10,000 Nigerians die on the 5-month journey while trying to illegally migrate through the Mediterranean Sea and the deserts.
The disadvantage we have concerning it is that it's going to lead to brain drain. It's going to lead to brain drain. A good number of professionals are going to leave this country for various countries just because they want to have greener pastures out there and to earn higher currencies and then bring them back here to exchange for higher value.
Political reforms and political restructuring are integral parts in the elimination of migration opportunities.
Joining me now is leadership and communication strategist Dr. John. It's good to have you, John, as at this time.
It's a pleasure always.
Well, it's always said that the people are in search of the greener pasture, but is the grass always greener on the other side?
You know, while leaving my village, I had thought that if I get to Lagos, that I will be able to pick money on the street.
So what did you find out?
I found out that it's a whole lot different from the story we hear. It's really sad that if you look at, unfortunately, there's no statistics as to how many Nigerians actually leave the country every year. But the fact that about 74%, according to a stat that we got, was in last 2 or 3 weeks, 74% of Nigerians are actually willing to leave the country at the slightest miss if they have. And in 2017, if you remember that in the U.S. Embassy alone made about over 9 billion naira from visa-seeking Nigerians. So these are disturbing facts here and there, and it's really sad that at this point in time that we cannot move past this level, because the prosperity of any nation is not measured by the resources of the nation. It's actually measured by the willingness of the people, the citizens of the country, to stay put there to enjoy the prosperity.
Okay, I think quite a number of Nigerians are willing to stay back and make the country work, achieve so much as they can. But do you see the environment enabling enough for them?
I think only a few Nigerians, in all honesty, are actually willing to stay here and make things work. Only a very few. Because if you want to talk about them, the only thing we have working for us is the resources that we've got as a country. You can talk about natural resources and human resources, as the case may be. But again, that the environment is willing, is going to allow you to grow is another thing entirely. And no matter how fertile a seed is, if the soil is bad, the product will always be bad. So Nigerians are good people planted in a wrong soil of the environment, and it's quite unfortunate.
Right, but if you consider that our people who go out there more often than not have to engage in some menial jobs just to make ends meet and be able to cater for their families.
To cater for their family, that's another thing. In 2017, about $22 billion was sent home by Nigerians abroad. If you look at these statistics, you discover that the major reason why people travel abroad, apart from the fact that they want to feed and go to school, is actually to be able to bail their people out of poverty. Because if you look at $22 billion, that's close to 9 trillion naira. That's enough to sponsor a year budget of Nigeria. So the principal reason why people travel out is to bail their family out of poverty, and they can do anything to achieve this.
All right, and it's not just about giving people fish, it's about learning to fish, teaching to fish. All right, Dr. John, thank you very much for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, every year, millions of Nigerians relocate to other countries in search of greener pasture.
Greener pasture indeed. While they have been advised to change their mindset about relocating to other countries, many still troop out in droves, even in the harshest of conditions.
To seek greener pastures abroad by Nigerian youths is on the increase. According to the Pew Research Center, over 74% of Nigeria would relocate to another country if given the chance. Also, a 2018 report by the British Council in Lagos says Nigerian-born students dominate the list of foreign students in the United Kingdom. The unfavorable immigration policies introduced by the United States President Donald Trump has now pushed Nigeria to shift attention to Canada and other countries, which have thrown their doors open to skilled immigrants. Nigerian youths blame this increased desire to migrate on the government and unstable economy.
The economy is stable over there, not like in Nigeria where everything is not working. But over there, everything is working. When if you are working, if you can work hard, you are going to get the value of what you are doing.
Any average smart Nigerian youth will surely be planning that, the environment is not enabling. We need a system that works.
If there is a better opportunity outside, maybe in places like US, Australia, Netherlands, name it, if it's cool over there, it's better, the working conditions, the electricity, the roads, jobs. If it's better over there, of course I'm going to leave Nigeria.
Many Nigerians travel abroad through legal means. The majority of immigrants do so through treacherous routes across the Sahara Desert and Mediterranean Sea to try to reach Europe and later America. Unfortunately, most of them don't make it. The Nigerian Immigration Service, in a report released in 2018, said no fewer than 10,000 Nigerians die on the 5-month journey while trying to illegally migrate through the Mediterranean Sea and the deserts.
But the disadvantage we have concerning it is that it's going to lead to brain drain. It's going to lead to brain drain. A good number of professionals are going to leave this country for various countries just because they want to have greener pastures out there and to earn higher currencies and then bring them back here to exchange for higher value.
Political reforms and political restructuring are integral parts in the elimination of migration opportunities.
All right, joining me now in the studio is an international immigration lawyer as well as a public affairs analyst, Olufemi Aino. It's good to have you join me right now.
Thank you for having me.
All right, human beings are seen as mobile beings. You can't prevent people from moving from here and there. Yes. But with the social configuration, well, okay, you belong to a country. If you're moving to another country, you need to obtain this and obtain that under some certain kind of laws and regulation and all of that. With the trend right now, is there anything wrong with the way Nigerians are moving or going to other countries?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Okay.
Number one, it's good to migrate because first of all, you get more exposed, you meet people, and then you come up with other skills as well, which you will bring back to your home country. And leaving that aside, it's even good for the economic prosperity of your country as well, because if you look at the report last time, Nigerians sent a lot of money back to the country. But the problem is this. If you fail to create a legal route for people to migrate, what is going to thrive is illegal route, because illegal migration will be the order of the day. So nations are under a duty to make sure they create a legal avenue for people. Number one, previously, before the United Kingdom, if you are below the age of 25 and you're a Commonwealth citizen, you can come to the UK and work for 2 years and return back to your country. Now, if someone who is under 25 has that sort of opportunity, do you think that person will go through the Sahara in order to get to Spain, from Spain and migrate to the United Kingdom?
There won't be that kind of desperation.
Exactly.
Right.
So the onus is on nations to create a legal route for people to migrate into their territory. But I do understand where some of them are coming from on the flip side, that under international law, they are under a duty to regulate the entry of aliens into their territory, because international migration and international crime goes hand in hand. There are some countries in the world where they don't even know anything about what is called 419. It is only when citizens of one country move to their country that 419 now becomes a criminal activities. So that's why nations are under a duty. Right. But what nations needs to do at the same time is to make sure that your visa application process and what have you has a human face.
All right. Now, a report came out sometime recently where it showed that over 60%, more than 60% of young people who were interviewed were desperate and wanting to leave Nigeria for one reason or the other. How disturbing is that?
It's not, well, I don't think we feel disturbed. Okay. Because if you don't give your citizens opportunity, what are they going to do? They will look for opportunity somewhere else, and that's the problem. That's why the home country of some of these immigrants, they need to make sure they create opportunity for their citizens. They need to make sure they respect international law and international institutions, and at the same time, you need to have that avenue whereby if your citizens' rights is violated one way or the other, you do something about it. But the nut and bolt of what I'm saying is that countries where people, if you know that there's a pressure to migrate to certain countries, what you need to do as a home nation is to make sure there is an avenue whereby your citizens could be assisted. And the problem we have in Nigeria, you know as I do, that in this country, rights are violated day in, day out. Local government, you are discussing local government with Abosede and the newspaper, whereby local government are even issuing resident permit to some of the Nigerian citizens. And resident permit is for aliens, it's not for citizens. Right. So these are the problems.
All right, thank you very much, international immigration lawyer Femi Aino. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, every year, millions of Nigerians relocate to other countries in search of greener pasture.
While they have been advised to change their mindset about relocating to other countries, many still troop out in droves, even in the harshest of conditions.
The quest to seek greener pastures abroad by Nigerian youths is on the increase. According to the Pew Research Center, over 74% of Nigeria would relocate to another country if given the chance. Also, a 2018 report by the British Council in Lagos says Nigerian-born students dominate the list of foreign students in the United Kingdom. The unfavorable immigration policies introduced by the United States President Donald Trump has now pushed Nigeria to shift attention to Canada and other countries, which have thrown their doors open to skilled immigrants. Nigerian youths blame this increased desire to migrate on the government and unstable economy.
The economy is stable over there, not like in Nigeria where everything is not working. But over there, everything is working. When if you are working, if you can work hard, you are going to get the value of what you are doing.
Any average smart Nigerian youth will surely be planning that, the environment is not enabling. We need a system that works.
If there is a better opportunity outside, maybe in places like US, Australia, Netherlands, name it, if it's cool over there, is better, the working conditions, the electricity, the roads, jobs. If it's better over there, of course I'm going to leave Nigeria.
Many Nigerians travel abroad through legal means. The majority of immigrants do so through treacherous routes across the Sahara Desert and Mediterranean Sea to try to reach Europe and later America. Unfortunately, most of them don't make it. The Nigerian Immigration Service, in a report released in 2018, said no fewer than 10,000 Nigerians die on the 5-month journey while trying to illegally migrate through the Mediterranean Sea and the deserts.
The disadvantage we have concerning it is that it's going to lead to brain drain. It's going to lead to brain drain. A good number of professionals are going to leave this country for various countries just because they want to have greener pastures out there and to earn higher currencies and then bring them back here to exchange for higher value.
Political reforms and political restructuring are integral parts in the elimination of migration opportunities.
Joining me now is a publisher and editor-in-chief of CKN News, Chris Kende Nwandu. It's good to have you join us at this time.
It's nice to be here.
All right, the desire, or call it craze, to relocate from the country, how do you see it?
Well, every individual, every human being will want the best for himself or herself. So anywhere he or she thinks that they can find that kind of comfort, definitely want to locate to or relocate to. But most often than not, what most people don't understand is that it's not as easy and as beautiful as they paint it to be.
And it's not, we've seen people in their quest to get there, get to pass through the Sahara Desert,
lot of them.
see unworthy
Yes, you need to see what has, even on social media, you need to see what is happening in places like Libya, where Nigerians have been, some of them have been killed, some have been turned to slaves. Another form of second slave trade going on. Some of them died in the desert, so many of them died in the sea. And so because of the desperation. So, and when you now get there, and the most annoying part of it is that most of them going there will end up in asylum. You just see them, they just pack them and just put them in solitary confinement, sort of, where they cannot move freely, and the rest of them and continue to live under the tutelage of government. So it's not that easy. So,
right. And if you consider the stance of some countries about migrants, you talk about the U.S., where the president is bent on even building a wall to prevent Mexicans, those who just want to gain access into the U.S. What would be your advice to young people in Nigeria and others who have this quest to travel?
Yes, I've been to the U.S. several times. You need to see, in fact, there was a song then by our own Majek Fashek about the problem in New York, that you get to New York, you get to see. There are several ghettos in New York, and several parts in Atlanta, and several parts of the U.S. And you know, the problem, the most problematic part of it is that when they get there, their visa expires. By the time your visa expires, you become an illegal. Most of them cannot even move freely. So it becomes a problem. Some of them will remain there until their papers, and some continue paying to just get themselves regularized and the rest of them. So my advice is that before you travel, make sure that you have the relevant papers. Okay, then requisite qualification for whatever you're going for and the rest of them.
I'm talking about the right papers. There are people who have cashed in on this and who have duped.
Several.
Lots of people.
Yes, several people have been duped, and several people have lost. And you know, the funniest part of it is that some people sell all their belongings here just to make sure that they got there, only for them to either be duped or they get there and they don't. I've seen.
But some people have been fortunate.
Some have been fortunate, but the worst part of it, I've seen even people that are having very good job, bankers and the rest of them, end up selling up whatever they have. They get there and become cab drivers and the rest of them, and at the end of it, they start regretting what they've done and the rest of them. So it is not as easy as people. I'm not saying that it is not a good idea. Some have been lucky enough, and they've been living but large number of people that have been going have not been finding it that easy.
So as you've said, get the right papers and the requisite skills. CKN, it's good to have you join us at this time.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Traveling.
Yeah, traveling is good. Human beings are mobile beings, so you can't stop people from moving. Yeah. All right, looking good is good business, like
And
they say.
say that again. When women, you know, take their time to take care of their hair and their nails, men are not left out of the fray, and many salons are cashing in on this to make brisk business.
Men's grooming over the years has evolved beyond shaving the head and trimming extra facial hair. The trend for facial hair is making many barbershops open up. The male grooming market is almost at par with grooming products for women. This boom is driven by a desire to look good and an obsession with social media. With the beard gang frenzy, men spend a lot of time having their beards done. At this salon, the air is rich with the scents of argan, tea tree, almond and eucalyptus oils. Jeffrey Okpaleke is mixing up a fresh batch of the secret blend of essential oils that make up the bestseller in his cosmetics line, Beard and Water.
In Nigeria, what I know is that so many people need beard grooming products, especially oils or balms. A lot of Nigerian guys have beards that are quite like, you know, they call it rice and beans. You know, it has patches on the side, and then, you know, you try to comb it and you're crying. It's hard to comb. So they don't really know that there are products out there within Nigeria that they can use to solve their, you know, male hair conundrums.
Actually, yeah, it's just like fashion also. Just like fashion, because sometimes people can use it to describe you that, do you know that guy has beard? And some ladies like it a lot, you know. Whenever they're around you, they'll be like playing with it, touching it. So I really like it.
Okpaleke started growing a beard in 2012 in keeping with the global trend. He found that hair products were almost exclusively targeted at women. It's not just beards. Manicures, pedicures, haircuts, skin lotions, colognes, and men's fashion are all experiencing a boom.
We are quite open and ready for this market. It's a market that's emerged out of nowhere. Within the past 4 or 5 years, it's blown.
The global male grooming product market is expected to reach $76 billion by 2023 from $58 billion in 2017.
All right, I have joining me now the CEO of Fola's Place Salon Services and Fola's Place Logistics, Folajimi Adegboyega. It's nice to have you join me right now.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Very good. Now, when you talk about the facial hair, or the beards and all of that, is this for every man? Can every man, because you are a man, you want to be the alpha male, keep beards?
No, beard is not for every man.
Okay.
Now, it depends on your job or depends on your natural build. Some grow beards, some don't. Because I remember there was a time in my life, in my early age, I was struggling to grow beards. And I had to apply this funny thing like, oh, I want my hair to grow.
Did it work? Did it work?
Well, I wouldn't say it worked, but I had to get to that age before the beard started growing. But
okay.
As an adult, I don't think I want beard.
Oh, I see. You talk about depending on the kind of job. I know that in the military or paramilitary, you don't get to see all of those things. Also in the clergy, you don't expect to see a bishop or a reverend father, a priest with all of, all of those.
It doesn't make you look serious enough.
Oh, really?
It doesn't make you look serious. People see like you're uncultured, especially in corporate world, you're uncultured and you're not sellable.
Is that an African perception?
No, you're not sellable because now we want to talk about $1 billion contract and you look all that. I feel like you're going to run away with my money, so I will not trust you.
So it's not a good perception in some way.
In some setup, it's not ideal. But in entertainment, in some other areas that like has to do with self-employment or it's good. But when it has to do with serious jobs, no way.
But we see a lot of young people going into joining the frenzy of wanting to have, even those who originally have never had that. There are products for all of that now?
Yeah, there are good products for beards now. Why many people, young people join? Because of it's fashionable, it's the trend. So every young man at that particular time, they want to catch in the frenzy. They want to join the frenzy rather. So it's because it's fashionable, it's cool. People can look at you. You can wow people. Girls can rush at you.
Talk to me about what the ladies are saying about this. I know you have related with these people a lot and so on. You own a salon. You make hair for ladies. You do their pedicure and manicure and all of that. What are the ladies saying?
Well, it has to do with age category. If you're still a girl, say from 21 to 25, you might like it, but the moment you're a proper woman, you're into serious life, I don't think you want your man to keep a beard because you're thinking of the future, you're thinking of a whole lot of responsibilities. So you don't want that to come into the way. At the same time, the woman, she does want some other girls to look at her man like, oh, he's available. Because that is it's very
so all of that tells oozes this perception that you're available.
It's an attraction for some girls. Oh, I like him. He's cool. He's cute. Wow. He's well groomed and wow, he's fashionable. He's trendy. So I can get close.
All right, Fala Jimmy, thank you so much. We wish you well. Boom. That's right. It's going to be a great weekend. I know somehow.
Well, the part that got me in that conversation was about the fact that the woman could be afraid. I don't want girls running after me.
It's true, really.
But it's quite interesting how these things play with people's minds anyway.
Yes.
All right, this is where we round it off right now. We can let you know that the views and reaction of our resource persons on the topics discussed today are their views and have no connection with TVC News.
Many thanks for watching. You can keep up with us on our social media platforms using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.
All right, let's do this again on Monday, but I can say that the weekend begins right now. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.